Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. It is Friday night. A stack of boxes were delivered by the United States Postal Service. They were carefully hand delivered to the front door of the house. I received them, and then I realized that we were going to go live to unbox these things. I kind of sort of have some idea of what's in these boxes, but only kind of sort of. And I'll explain what I mean by that in just a couple of moments. I changed the start time. Sometimes when I'm not quite sure what time I'm going to be live, I'll throw out a later state start time, and then I'll kind of pull it forward as I get the kids closer and closer to bed. And so we originally had an 8 o'clock start time, which is really, really late for a lot of people, especially on the East Coast and certainly those outside of the country. But now that the kids are in bed, I decided to pull it forward to 7:25, and then I still went early 3 minutes. So before we get started, I'm going to say hello to some comic book soldiers that have joined me here in the room. Greek Freak is in the house. Michael P is here. Gray is here. Tina is in the house. Hashtag Giving Gang. How you doing? Bello is in the house. How you doing, Bello? Cuz Buzz 409 G Money is here. JIB Comics is in the house saying, what we got? We shall find out in just a moment. How are you, my friend? Azor, it's good to see you. Comic Collection Agency, I have another box, another package, another A-OK from you, my friend. We are going to get into that in just a couple of minutes. We already said hello to Tina. JD is in the house. How you doing, my friend? Xbox Live is down, so I have nothing better to do. That doesn't make me feel good. I guess your boy, Reg, that makes me feel a little bit better. How you doing, JD? It's good to see you. Chris Barrett is in the house. How you doing, my friend? My buddy Matthew is here. We already said hello to Chris Barrett. Super honorable nephew, how you doing, my friend? Rye is in the house. Mud, how you doing? Eric is in the house. Who else do we have in here? We already said hello to Bello. America is, how you doing, Spawns? Good to see you. Here's another Chris. It is the army of Chris's in the house. It's good to see all you guys. Alex is also here. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. As I kind of talked about right before a couple of people jumped in here, a stack of comics or a stack of boxes were delivered a short while ago. And I'm actually going to dig into some of these things. I'm actually not even quite sure what's in all of these things, but we are going to unbox them. What I will tell you is that one of these boxes actually comes from a guy that was starting a virtual comic store in Canada. And he reached out to me and he asked if I would help kind of raise some awareness of what it was that he was trying to do in Canada. We came to an agreement that I was going to help raise some awareness, and in exchange, he was going to allow me to order some books that would allow me to evaluate his service, books that would also be given back to the comic book community in some way, shape, or form, to be determined. And this arrangement went on for a very, very brief time before, unfortunately, he had to close his doors. And so the guy's name is Alec. And he was, I think it was a Canadian Discount Comics or something like that, to that effect. And so while he wasn't able to keep his store going, he did honor the agreement that we had, which I respect tremendously. He still sent me over a box of comics. He said that he had to terminate his relationship with the distributor early, so some of the things that I had ordered I wasn't going to get, but he substituted some other things in place of those. So that is one of the boxes that we are actually going to unbox, and it's actually the first one. So this was done a couple of months ago, because the way his service worked is that you ordered your stuff a couple of months in advance, and that's what allows you to qualify for the discounts. So I honestly don't remember what was actually ordered, and then with the substitutions, I'm not quite sure if I'll even recognize some of the stuff, to be honest with you. But I think his comment to me was that you will not be disappointed. I think that was his comment. At the end of the day, what I will say is that this was an awesome dude who reached out to me, who gave it a shot. And while he was unsuccessful at living the dream, I still remain hopeful that he will find a way to maybe come back and do this all over again, and maybe do it a little bit differently, and maybe have a better go of it. So shout out to Alex if he is actually watching this. Brother, I definitely appreciate you, and I'm happy to support you in the future if the opportunity presents itself. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open and see what's in here. And in addition to this one, I have two other packages that arrived that we will dig into as well. And then maybe we'll do a Q&A, or we'll talk about whatever it is that you guys want to talk about. I don't really have a major agenda for this one. It's a little bit of an impromptu thing. So bear with me as I dig through the packaging. Which was done. This is shipped from Canada, and it was actually packed pretty well. So let's clear all of this stuff away. Oh man, that's cool. That's cool. Right off the top. Right off the top, I see some gold here. Right off the top. This is cool. This is the Mark Brooks Powers of X issue number 1. This is awesome. I actually do not have this book. I actually do not have this one, but if you guys remember that Seeds of Tomorrow, this is the awesome one. This is that a double spread, or that spread that Mark Brooks created with all of the hidden meaning behind it. So that is definitely a really cool thing right there. That is the Mark Brooks cover. There's actually 2 of those. So that's very, very cool. So let me set this off to the side. That is pretty cool. I hadn't seen, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's the connecting cover. It's actually the connecting cover. I had not seen this before in person. And so if you guys will be able to see that, that is actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I dig that. That is an awesome one. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of this House of X, Powers of 10 stuff. And this one's cool. I did not get this one either. I had not ordered this one. This is Absolute Carnage number 1. And for those people that have been asking me, I definitely dig the Absolute Carnage run. I think it's actually a pretty cool run. I read it after like House of X and Powers of 10, so it wasn't as impactful because those books were so incredible. You know what I'm saying? But definitely not disappointed in the run. And to that point, here you go. Here's another one. This is the Absolute Carnage. This is I actually have a couple of copies of this. I want to say I had 2 copies of this. But again, it never hurts to have an additional one. And this one actually looks a little bit different. This one looks a little different. I need to look back at my copies. That looks a little different to me. So I want to see if there's something different going on with that one. This one I do remember. When they were making it. Comic Collector says, unboxing hauls and hunts are my favorite videos to watch. This one, Tina's like, love connecting covers. It is a really cool thing. It really is a cool thing, to be honest with you. This is one that when I saw this one on his channel, I knew I had to get this one. I actually ordered that Absolute Carnage. I do remember ordering that one. I also remember ordering this one, which I thought was really cool and reminds me of the Batman Adventures number 12, the first appearance of Harley Quinn. I love this cover. I think this one is really, really cool. I mean, it is a nice looking cover. When I saw this one, I was like, yeah, we're going to snag that one. So this is a really cool cover. I dig this one. Catwoman 14, Year of the Villain. Definitely love that one. JD's like, me too. I watch way too many unboxing videos. I need a new hobby. This one I also remember ordering. I thought this was a really cool one. This is City of Bane. This is Batman 76. Had I known, I would have ordered 76 or 77, I should say, but who knew? This is Batman 76. Really cool cover there. I definitely dug that one when I saw it a couple of months ago. So very cool. Here is Amazing Spider-Man number 27, just regular cover. Can't go wrong with that. By the time it's all said and done, I probably have like 5 of those, 6 of those. So he also tossed this one in. I don't know that I ordered this one. This is another Absolute Carnage variant edition. Really cool. I don't think that I've seen this one before, but it's actually a really cool cover. That blue and that red is quite striking. The J. Scott Campbell cover. I don't know. Somebody's asking if no, this is not J. Scott Campbell. I can't even tell whose signature that is, but that is definitely not J. Scott Campbell. That's not his signature. I'm not sure who the cover artist is. If that were J. Scott Campbell, it would look more like Mary Jane / J. Scott Campbell's wife. Just throwing it out there. Here's another absolute carnage. Number one, you rest assured that at least one of these will find its way back to the comic book community because there's a couple of those. And this one I remember ordering because I thought this one was dope. I thought this was a dope cover. And it's cool to see it in person. This is Captain Marvel #9. I just thought that was a pretty cool cover right there. That's her. And then her reflection is the old costume. I thought this was really cool again. Now, I've never actually read a Captain Marvel comic, to be honest with you, but I just thought that was a really, really cool cover. I thought it was a cool pose, and why not? So there you go. Again, shout out to my man Alec up at Discount Canadian Comics for hooking me up with some comics that again will find their way back to the comic book community in some way, shape, or form. Not all of these, I'm gonna tell you, because some of these are going to stay in a personal collection, but there's several here that will find their way back to the community. So huge shout out to him for hooking me up with that. So who is this? Eric Grizzly says, I managed to get Batman 77 for cover price. Well done, my friend. I actually was able to get it myself. I was actually on the road and was able to get a copy. It has a little bit of a dog ear that breaks color in the lower right-hand corner. But again, I was traveling. I'm on the road. I'm actually in a foreign comic shop. And the dude hooked me up. I paid cover price for it. So you can't be too mad about that. So scrolling down through the comments here, Randy, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. So yeah, everybody is checking that. Trust me, my friend. Every single issue that I get of that Absolute Carnage #1, I make sure I open it up and check it. I think I have 3 copies already, and I've checked every one of those. I will be checking that one as well because that's Mark Bagley's my man. So it would be awesome to actually get one of those sketches. I know I feel like at least 3 of those have already been found. I feel like at least 3 of those have been found. So I think there's a total of 6 of those out there. So Nathan McCall says the problem with pre-ordering is not knowing what the covers look like, only knowing the artist is sketchy. Well, for me, I actually, with every one of those, I actually knew what the cover art looked like. So that's part of the reason why I ordered those, is because I was actually able to see the cover art. That way I kind of knew what it was that I was ordering. So, but I have heard that is a problem sometimes with ordering things, which I would struggle with. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I would struggle with picking any cover without ever really seeing it. So yeah, scrolling down through some of the comments here, 77 is going for more than cover price. Yes, I do believe that it was and probably still is. Comics with Bueller is in the house. How you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Yeah, I have to watch your video, brother, where you're basically talking to yourself. I have to watch that video. I think there's like 2 of them I think that I've seen. So I need to check those out because I have a feeling that there is nothing but pure comedy that is going on in that. So let me get to the next box here and see what it is that we have. This next box is, I think, a book that I ordered when I was helping another comic book collector find a cool comic for their own collection. While I was searching to find someone to sell a book to them, this person actually came along and basically offered the same book to me. And it didn't necessarily fit with what the other person was looking for. And so I was able to pick it up at a fair price. And basically what happened is the person saw this comic on the wall behind me and was like, hey, Reg, do you want to upgrade? And so I honestly am not big for the upgrading of books. I don't do that all that much. And so I thought about it for, I think it was about 2 hours. I went to a meeting that was about an hour long. I came out of that meeting and then I had a chance to really think about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to pull the trigger. And so I did. And so I'll show you guys what this book is. I think he threw in a couple of freebies for me, so that's always appreciated. All right, so there's a couple of green books here on top. A couple of green books. There's The Green Lantern #9. Grant Morrison is a Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp book here. I feel like I've seen this before. Probably one of those things that would make Matt, aka Thanatos, happy. It's actually a pretty cool cover. I'm not a fan of green, but this is actually a pretty cool cover. This is the Green Lantern number 9. And then he also tossed in another green book here, which you can't go wrong with the little Immortal Hulk number 18 action. Love this face cover. And I think I have this one. I don't know. I have to check. This is a dope cover. I really love comics that have like faces like this. I really dig this. So yeah, definitely cool to have that one in the collection. See what folks are saying today, or you guys are talking good. All right. And so the book that I ended up picking up is this one right here. This is Uncanny X-Men number 129. This is the first appearance of Kitty Pryde, the White Queen, Emma Frost, and Sebastian Shaw. And so definitely a cool book to pick up. If you look behind me, there is actually a 7.5 back right there. That 7.5 was one of the first books that I actually sent in to CGC. It was not cleaned. It was not pressed. It came back at a 7.5. I would probably have to look at it to see what it would actually be, but my guess is that it's probably not going to be a 9.6, but definitely pleased to have this one in the collection. It's a nice looking book. So I'll end up taking that one off the wall and replacing it with this beauty right here. So shout out to that member of the comic book community that just hooked me up with that awesome book. Gave me a really fair deal on that one that I cannot complain about that one at all in terms of what they were offering. All right, so the very last box that we're going to open here, 2 of 3, this actually comes from Comic Collection Agency, who is actually here in the room right now. He sent over, if you watched the last live stream that I did, he actually sent over a package that I opened up, I think it was like a day ago, maybe 2 days ago, I can't recall. And what was in there, and what I realized was that, you know, he has sent me before packages that have basically been not gifts to me, but AOKs kind of sort of for me to give back to the community. And so Comic Collection Agency had a wonderful letter inside of his package that I was able to read off air. And we're going to run another contest. We're going to do a little contest, and we're going to actually give away a lot of the items that were actually in that previous package. So I will keep you guys posted on that. I need to wrap my mind around a little bit more of what it is, how we're going to structure it and all that good stuff. But if you want to go back and watch that video, you can check out some of the items that are in there. So please do that. And then definitely stay tuned to the channel so that you can, you know, participate in the contest and maybe win some cool books and stuff like that. So I have to figure out how to properly open what it is that he sent me. So bear with me. Right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this out of here. Oh, okay. I think, yeah. Okay, cool. There is tape holding things in place so that they don't slide around. So I'm going to try to pull some of this stuff out here and identify it. So there is a pack of Spider-Man collector cards in there. That was the first thing that I was able to free from this tape prison. And there is a Marvel Motion, another set of playing cards, or another set of cards, I should say, right there. Check those out. And Comic Collection Agency is actually a guy that I believe has aspirations to actually open up a comic card shop at some point. And he is here in California, so I'm not quite sure exactly where he's located, how far he is from me. But I think he has plans to open up a cool shop at some point. So we will definitely try to support him as best he can. And if you guys remember, he actually sponsored the Black Knight giveaway that we did a couple of months ago, where, you know, we played that game of if the Black Knight were to come to the MCU, who would be the right person to play him? And would it be set in the past, present, or future? And so that was a really cool giveaway that featured the Black Knight #1 comic, a Black Knight toy, and I want to say it was a pack of Black Knight trading cards or something like that. So all right, so here we go. There are a couple of comics here. I think these are comics. A little Pit and Hulk action right there. That is awesome. And it's done by one of my favorite artists who I talk about him a fair bit, I guess. Dale Quignon. I was definitely a big fan of this guy back in the day as I was reading or checking out Hulk back in the day when he was drawing it. And then he went over to Image and worked on Pitt. And I actually followed him over there because of that. This is Hulk and Pitt. I did not know such a thing existed, to be honest with you. This is actually really cool. I did not know this. I've never seen this before, so that's cool. And then what is this one? This is Code of Honor. Oh my goodness. He says the first photo cover appearance of Reggie Simmons versus the Dark Phoenix. You're a nut. He does have those white teeth, though. You see that? Look at those white teeth. That's what's up. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I dig that. I dig that. I dig the Pitt and Hulk more than I dig this, but this is definitely funny, just to be clear. And then the very last thing, this is awesome right here. This is awesome. I need to move the microphone out of the way for this one. Uh-oh. How cool is that? How cool is that? I love this cover. This is Amazing Spider-Man 100. This is a nice plaque featuring the cover of Amazing Spider-Man 100. And the reason why I really love this cover, just this comic in general, is because you can actually see all of the cast of characters that surround Spider-Man. To me, that's one of the things that makes Spider-Man really, really special is, yes, him as a character, but also the cast of individuals that surround him, both in his private life and in his public persona. I dig this. And this, I don't know that I've ever seen one of these things in person, but this is cool. I am going to have to find a place to put this on the wall because this is some fantastic decoration right here. You cannot beat that. That's cool. I dig that. Comic Collection Agency, shout out to you, brother. This is cool. This is cool. All right, for sure. Very, very cool. And again, I tell you all the time, I say I have some of the best subscribers out there, and there is no doubt about it. So again, stay tuned because technically not we, Comic Collection Agency is going to sponsor a giveaway through the Regie Collects channel. So stay tuned. I will try to record a video. I want to try to record it this weekend if I can. That way we can actually roll the contest out maybe next week or something like that. I need to look at my travel schedule to make sure that I don't interrupt things, that I can actually keep things moving. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. So Clay says he always thought about buying one. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, this thing is pretty sturdy. It's pretty sturdy. It's pretty thick. I don't know if you can really tell the thickness from that. Here's my cell phone, if that helps kind of tell a little bit how thick it is, but it's definitely a sturdy thing, definitely a big thing. Let me see if I can put a comic next to it, give you some idea of the size. That can give you some idea. You know, you're talking about potentially, almost two comics big. That's definitely really, really cool. So, mess around, get me hooked, have me taking all my comics down off the wall so I can put up more of those plaques. Nicholas, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream, my friend. It's good to see you. I don't know if I said hello to Felix, but Felix, hello. It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you guys for taking time out. So let me run through these books one more time so you guys can see this. It's been a while since I've done, I think, like a haul live. So I'll run through these books one more time. This is actually a book that someone sent over to me with purchase, the Immortal Hulk number 18. This is Green Lantern number 9. Really cool cover right there. Here is Captain Marvel number 9. Dig that cover. These books that I'm showing right now are books that actually came to me from a virtual comic shop that has since gone out of business. Absolute Carnage number 1. This is Catwoman number 14. Gorgeous cover right there. City of Bane right there. Probably move these to the other side. Amazing Spider-Man number 27. Just a cool book. Another Absolute Carnage. This is a variant right there. Absolute Carnage regular cover. Here and that when you need to check to see if there's that Mark Bagley sketch. Absolute Carnage variant. And then the very cool Mark Brooks connecting cover. Absolutely love this one. This one is really cool because I did not order this one. And so to have it when I'm enjoying House of X as much as I am. So that's really, really cool. All right. So there we go. All right. Matt Forge, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. And Nathan McCall is saying Hobby Lobby has a cool comic decoration section. I have only seen a Hobby Lobby once, and I cannot remember where it was. I might have been traveling for some purpose. So I can't recall where. I don't know that I have those here, but I don't know. And then this is a book I actually picked up. This is X-Men number 129, first appearance of Kitty Pryde, the White Queen, and Sebastian Shaw. It's a nice replacement for the book that is on my wall back there at a 7.5 that will probably find a home somewhere else very, very soon. You hooked it up, brother. I definitely appreciate you. And we're going to hook somebody else up. Comic Collection Agency is who gave me a lot of this stuff that I just showed you guys a couple of moments ago. So we're going to hook somebody else up, hopefully sometime soon with the giveaway that you provided me in the last video. And I'll probably throw in a couple of extra things like some of these things right here that you sent over. Victor, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. The Almighty Liger King, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Shout out to you for those, what was it? The Incredible Hulk number 180s that you just posted up on Instagram shortly before I went live. I actually happened to see those. So shout out to you, my friend. All right. So anything else you guys want to talk about? I have a little bit of time. So you guys want to chop it up a little bit. Punish Comics, how you doing? If you have questions, comments, thoughts, throw them up here in the cap so we can see them. That way I can actually see them and hopefully be able to engage you guys. I am sweating up in here, man. It is a hot one here in this room right now. So see if you guys have any questions and we'll jump into some of this stuff. Hope everyone is checking their interior rear cover for the 1 in 20 Bagley sketch. Yeah, so definitely going to look through that. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. Comic Collection Agency. I guess he loves Hobby Lobby. I guess he loves it. I think Matthew's saying that there is one in Morgan Hill. I'm going to have to Google that to figure out where Morgan Hill is. I'm guessing it's on your side of the bay. Matthew. Monte Vista is here. Glad to see you, brother. Welcome to the live stream. So scrolling down through the comments. All right, doesn't look like anybody has any comments, so maybe we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. So I definitely want to shout out everyone that hooks me up with some of these. What is holding up? That is a common question that I get asked. So here, I'll actually show you guys. Type this thing in real quick, and I will show you why is that not working. I don't like it when that doesn't work. Okay, let me show you guys this thing real quick because it's better to show an example because I'm a big fan of that. I'm a visual person. All right, so here you go. Here is me, and I definitely dig the product. Definitely dig the product. So hopefully that helps. Scrolling down. Are you guys saying, do I have no sound? Is that what you guys are saying? Reggie, my parents are telling me to take a break from comedy. No, I am not done. I am not done with my run. Not at all. We still have some more work to do there. So hopefully you guys can actually hear me. Super honorable nephew, get some rest, brother. It is definitely good to see you. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. Sorry about that. All right, so let me do this again. I realized what happened when I actually pulled myself out of the chat or out of the live stream. It actually ended my audio. And so I apologize for that. Let me show you guys real quick what I was talking about. This is actually the product right here that I use. It's basically $5.99, and it's Comic Mount. Comicmount.com or collectormount.com is the URL. This is actually the product. It's actually a pretty cool product. And what I was saying when you guys couldn't hear me is that this thing is basically two pieces of like plexiglass, one top, one bottom, held in place by that little screw right there. And you can actually basically just put this thing, you can shoot a nail head or a screw right through the top of this thing. And if you need some extra security, there's also a screw head mechanism at the bottom. But this thing works great for being able to secure your comics to the wall. You can see here with the photos, this thing works great with slab comics, but it also works with raw comics as well. And so this is actually a product that I've used for quite some time here in the room. And there's actually some videos on the channel. That you guys can check out where you can see me assemble these things and install them on the wall. So I have 16 on the wall behind me, and I have 14 on the wall in front of me. So there you go. There we go. So I'm scrolling through the comments. Yeah. So I apologize for cutting off the sound for you guys. I didn't realize that when I share my screen, it makes a small version of me and a full screen of the thing. Well, it's a partial screen. And so what I was trying to do is to give you guys more viewing area. But when I did that and took myself out, it muted my microphone. So sorry about that. All right. So hopefully you guys can, hopefully you guys are good. All right. Mark Tripp says, I have several. It works well on the wall or as a stand. That's the other thing, is that you can mount this thing on the wall, or you can use the exact same pieces and you can actually sit it on a shelf that actually holds up a comic. And again, I think what's great is that it works for raw comics. It works for slabs, whether they be in the horizontal or vertical position. So definitely a cool product. I was actually looking to do some things with these guys in terms of like an actual show. We were going to do a show, but my schedule kind of got away from me and I haven't been able to do anything with them. So Serious Killmonger is asking the question whether I have any DC Green Lantern comics. I do. I do have some DC comics. There you go. There it is right there. No, I actually have two. I have two DC comics in my entire collection. Green Lantern DC comics in my entire collection. I'm not a Green Lantern fan. And so, yeah, it's unfortunately limited to literally the one that I just received and one other that someone convinced me to buy and read. And I did. So yeah, I'm not the biggest Green Lantern fan. So, I mean, the thing is that I think they probably can, because their products can mount CDs, albums, comics. They can hold, I think, games. You may have to check on the website. So I don't know that a VHS tape is like out there too far. They might actually be able to accommodate that. And they also have these really cool, I haven't bought one yet, but they're actually extenders that will actually extend the standard comic mount to be able to accommodate things like artwork or posters and stuff like that. So I haven't picked up one of those, but I may at some point. So scrolling down through the comments here, I did not. I have not actually been to the comic shop this week. I'm hoping to get there this weekend. So no, I haven't checked out any of that. So you have me at a loss, my friend. You have me at a loss, but hopefully I'll be able to check out what they released when I hit the comic shops tomorrow. So there's extremely rare hardcover. I think that's what that is. A Fantastic Four books of Doom. Any idea where I can find value of it? Have you checked Go Collect? You may want to check Go Collect. Go Collect actually has some pretty rare comics on there. I have a couple of copies of Graphic Fantasy, and that is a pretty rare book. I think there's like fewer than 10 on the census. They actually had issues 1 and 2. They did not have 3. So I actually gave them my photo of issue 3 so that they could actually put it into the database. But you may want to check Go Collect to see whether they actually have that particular book in there. Hopefully that helps. The AF-15 is actually on hold. I am really focused on trying to finish my run of Amazing Spider-Man, and I'm actually getting closer and closer on that. I am actually only three books away from completing my run of Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 261. 3 books away from completing that run. I actually picked up 3 really nice books that I haven't even shown you guys just yet. They are sitting in a box off to my right that I'm waiting to do a video on. So I have 3 more books to snag, and I will basically have completed 1 through 261. I'm then going to turn my attention to other parts of the run. My goal is to kind of get much closer to completing the full run of Amazing Spider-Man before turning my attention to AF15, because trying to do Amazing Spider-Man AF15 at the same time is daunting. It is definitely a daunting task. So scrolling down through the comments, Harvey Abel saying, Reggie, are you aware this live stream is closed caption? That's unusual. I know I don't. And maybe what it is, Harvey, Mr. Harvey Abel's, that because we are getting closer to 5,000 subs, maybe we are getting some additional features and services from YouTube. That is something that I've seen before, that depending upon the size of one's audience, you actually have different features and functionality. They do that on YouTube. They do it on Instagram. And so maybe this is a perk of having a larger audience. So I think that's definitely a cool thing. Definitely a cool thing. So scrolling down through some of the comments here, Sirius Killmonger says, love Spawn, John Stewart, Green Lantern, and Killmonger. There you go. There you go. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. Scrolling down through the comments. All right. Comic Collection Agency, brother, thank you for stopping by. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you for hooking it up. And I'll definitely be in touch as I get closer to rolling out the contest that you proposed to me in your letter. So thank you for that. All right, guys. So I want to thank you guys for taking a little bit of time to hang out with me on this Friday night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't yet entered the Go Collect giveaway, you definitely want to check out the videos that have been released over the course of the week to find that video where I basically give you an opportunity to win a pretty cool book and to actually add it to your collection. So you definitely want to check out the videos that have come out, because there is one video where I tell you exactly what you need to know about this particular book to actually add it to your collection. Next thing you need to do is follow the directions, of course. Then you tune in to the Ready, Set, Go preview show, which airs on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time to find out if you are the winner. There is still time between now and Sunday morning to actually enter the contest. So good luck to you guys. I definitely appreciate it. Take care. Wait a minute. No. Okay. Take care now.